The Valley Metro Lightrail is on its way to South Phoenix, extending from Jefferson Street southward to Baseline Avenue. This includes a 5-mile extension to the current rails, 7 new stations, and 2 new park and rides. Although new forms of transportation can be beneficial to the public, how will this affect the lives of the people and businesses who reside in South Phoenix? With different opinions and concerns, all voices will be heard.
So I didn't know a lot about the light rail before the meeting because there wasn't a lot of information out there. The information I was getting was mostly about the plans, not necessarily what the effects of the light rail would be.
My name is Javier Espinoza. I was born and raised in South Phoenix. I'm a real estate agent at RE/MAX New Heights Realty here on South Central. I have been for the past 4 years. I also help to host a monthly meeting of a group of residents, business owners, and community members here in South Phoenix. We call ourselves the SOFO Light Rail Convening. Our mission statement is to protect, preserve, and unify the culture, commerce, and community of South Phoenix. Light rail is a very sensitive subject in our community. You have a number of folks that approve of the project. You've got a handful of folks that are very much against the project. And then you have a handful of folks that either don't know the project is happening or they do know light rail is coming, but they don't really know what to expect.
Esto no lo esperamos, es algo que nos sorprende este proyecto porque pues no sabíamos nada y pues sí estamos pensando que nos preocupa, qué vamos a hacer, tanto tiempo viviendo aquí y pues lo justo es que merecemos ser tomados en cuenta, que se nos respete nuestros derechos, porque también nosotros hemos sido unos buenos vecinos, hemos contribuido a nuestros pagos, a nuestras rentas, nuestros impuestos. Y si vivimos en este lugar, en esta área, es porque es accesible a nuestro sueldo con el que podemos vivir. Es un sueldo económico, es un cambio grande para nuestras vidas. ¿Qué voy a hacer? ¿A dónde me voy a ir? ¿Voy a empezar de nuevo? ¿Mi trabajo me va a quedar lejos? ¿A dónde voy a vivir? ¿Me va a perjudicar? Me va a mover todo, toda mi vida, todos mis horarios, toda mi forma de vivir que he tenido me la va a cambiar. Pero si todo esto me va a cambiar, que sea un cambio bien, que sea algo bueno para todos nosotros.
South Phoenix in our community has been underserved and ignored for decades. So it's really difficult for a lot of our community to understand what this, close to $1 billion infrastructure project that's coming into our neighborhoods, what that's going to look like and the impacts that it's going to have on our community. So as the SOFO, light rail convening, our job is to make sure that we, our community, and us are not forgotten in that process, to make sure that the project looks and feels the way the community wants it to, but also to make sure that the small businesses up and down South Central and the residents aren't left behind. So we do that by educating ourselves on the process, staying engaged, working with Valley Metro and the City of Phoenix to come up with solutions, and then holding them accountable and holding ourselves accountable to make sure that what's going on in our community is known and done the way the community sees fit.
En mi persona, los beneficios son en que la gente que está caminando va a batallar menos. Puede ser que uno dicen que va a batallar por los carriles, pero también uno tiene que pensar en los beneficios que tiene la gente que anda caminando. Mi opinión final es que está bien. Por mucha gente está bien. Y por el tiempo que se tarda uno, está bien. Para mí está bien. Otra persona dirá que no, pero para mí está bien.
Para mí también está bien, pero para otros, como mis compañeros, a otros les afecta.
So the cons would probably be having businesses who are not able to support themselves during the construction and would have to move away, especially since this is their neighborhood that they have worked in. A lot of businesses here have been here for a long time, so they have investment into the community. Another thing would be the rise of rent for different residents within the area, and with the rise of rent, that means that some people are not going to be able to stay in this neighborhood. So what happens to those areas once these residents are gone? Who moves into the neighborhood, and what does that mean for the identity of the neighborhood?
There's a lot of question marks. Again, people don't really know what to expect, what it's going to look like. I think, I know a big gripe, and it's a pain point of ours also as a SOFO convening is, what's going to happen to the small businesses? What's going to happen to the residents? How do we keep displacement and gentrification from happening, and making sure that this is an equitable, project, an equitable solution? Those things are still to be determined. I mean, the project is designed. We know what it's going to look like, but we don't know what the impacts are going to be. So to really know what those impacts are going to be, we have to stay engaged. We have to make sure that whatever it is that we do want, we voice it in a very specific and a very productive way. And I think that's important.
How do you feel about the Lightrail extension? For more information and follow-ups on the South Central Lightrail extension, go to www.valleymetro.org/projects. Stay informed and let your voice be heard.